really led to a lot of people emailing, tweeting, doing all they could to contact to find out what they could do to make their company better at providing adoption benefits. Any place is a good place. This led to the development of the adoption-friendly workplace toolkits. These kits were put into place so that an employer or an employee could implement or ask to get implemented a program that would offer benefits for adoption as well as reimbursement and paid leave. One of the toolkits was specifically for employees so that they could have all the necessary research needed to propose this actual plan to their employers, and also they had a CD in there that also gave them a walkthrough of what they had to do. And the other toolkit was developed for employers or companies, and they gave them samples on other companies that have succeeded in providing adoption benefits, and they wanted to basically engage companies to enact these themselves. So these adoption-friendly toolkits really took a measure on a lot of companies and people that were looking to get involved. After the release of the first survey, the first survey and the first list, the second annual survey was in 2008, and they really wanted to widen the scope and the reach of this survey just so they could get a lot more different people involved. They included industries similar to their own, trade media, and industries like hospitality, retail, legal, and construction. Also, the foundation teamed with, as she said, the PR firm Paul Worth and Associates, and through their help, they extended the survey's reach to media outlets, including Employee Benefits News, which is the leading trade for benefits decision makers magazine, the National Restaurant Association, and the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. They also distributed media pitches to different companies that were looking to get involved, as well as media outlets that were looking to help support their message. None of the media was really, they paid for some media pitches, or some media support, but most of the time the media took the opportunity and did it themselves, so that's free coverage, which is also always a good thing. They made national, regional, and industry-focused press releases aimed at specific industries that they would appeal more to. And also, this led to them securing some coverage by Time and CNBC, which led to over 20 million impressions alone. Of course, it's on to the event. National Adoption Day, November 17th this year, was November 15th in 2007. The Worth Group wanted to build enthusiasm for it, so in order to do this, they kind of revamped and reorganized the foundation's website. They made it more flashy, more acceptable, and made it easier to navigate from page to page. They also launched a social networking program, including things like Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Pinterest, and a bunch more that really just lets people get on there and see what's going on with the progress of the campaign. And it also lets the adoptive parents and advocates for adoption to really share their success stories so other people can really get a grip of what's going on in the organization. The site made it really easy to do a couple of things. It not only raised awareness, but it allowed people to actually register for local National Adoption Day events, as well as create their own. So if someone out there, Springfield, Oregon, wanted to make a National Adoption Day event, they could just put up a list and people would just start filing on. And this happened throughout the whole country, and they gained thousands of supporters like that. And also it made it really accessible for the event toolkits, and allowed people to just easily click and download and get it out there. The actual first event was held in Queens, New York, at the Queens Family Court. It had speeches by the company's executives, the foundation's executives, speaking on the talking points and the mission of the foundation. It was on November 15, 2008, and it also featured actress and former foster child Victoria Rowell. Rowell also afterwards spoke to news outlets in New York and also on the Today Show, and she pointed out the foundation's message points, and a lot of people got impressions from that. In the budget, it was a 5-member team from the Worth and Associates. they had a huge success in this. Their reach was far beyond what they had originally intended by enlisting all these extra media outlets and the free media that they got from the events as well. $40,000 was their budget for the first survey, and that's 40,000 surveys. I guess you can make an average of $1 per survey, which is sort of high, but with the amount of money they had, that's a pretty successful survey for getting it out there and getting it back over 919 companies with detailed explanations of what they wanted to see. And also the $157,500 budget for the National Adoption Day in 2008 was not just for the event in Queens, New York, but also events all around the country, as well as the toolkits and everything needed to create this awareness for everyone to get out there and look to adopt.
Okay, guys. Based off of what we've talked about, what would y'all assume was ranked? What business would y'all assume was ranked #1 by the best on the best adoption-friendly workplace list? You might know what business they think was ranked #1 this year.
You get a Wendy's coupon. Anybody?
Take a random shot at it.
Wendy's.
That is correct.
The Wendy's. The Wendy's company had a combination of $25,300 in adoption assistance, and they offer up to 6 weeks of paid leave if you're an employee that adopts. Employers that made, and these are some of the other companies on it. There's the Hanes Brands is ranked high up there. American Express is another company that does well. There's just all kind of events, and everybody's trying to compete to like move up and stuff. And because of the awareness this list has created, the number of events and adoptions are increasing every year. Employers who made the top 100 list offered more robust adoption benefit packages, and more organizations establish or enhance their benefits for over 500,000 employees. The 2008 list itself influenced 92 organizations to increase their benefits for workers that adopted, and over 33 businesses used the Foundation's free adoption resources that are located on their website to really generate more awareness. The media coverage of the 2008 list delivered over, like they said, over 20 million impressions itself, due to over 200 stories that were covered in the media and all over the world to raise awareness. The National Adoption Campaign exposed over 120 million Americans to the Foundation's positive messages about foster care adoption through editorial placements in prominent consumer and trade media. This campaign alone is linked to the adoption of over 4,600 children in foster care during the over 325 National Adoption Day events that were held in all 50 states. Partnering with the Worth PR team, like we said before, the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption led a campaign that reported on adoption's affordability. They shattered stereotypes and raised awareness for the almost 130,000 children in foster care. Their website received a record number of visits as a result of media placements and Worth supporting social media efforts. Coverage on the Today Show and the team live tweeting from National Adoption Day events on November 15th led to many site visits and impressions. The average financial reimbursement for all the Foundation's survey participants is $6,780, and the average paid leave is recorded at 4 weeks. Nearly half of the participants also offered unpaid leave beyond what is required by the Family and Medical Leave Act, ranging from 1 week to up to 3 years unpaid leave. In Hewitt's annual survey, 1,000 U.S. employers, only 12% of these offered financial adoption benefits in 1990. So before the survey, only about 12% of businesses offered these financial adoption benefits. And up to this year, 56% of employers reported offering financial adoption benefits. There are more than 100,000 children in the United States foster care system waiting to be adopted, and every year, 30,000 of these children age out without families to call their own. The release of the Best Adoption-Friendly Workplace list helps the Foundation increase awareness of adoption from foster care while celebrating those businesses that support these adoptive families. And like we said, a fun fact, children in the Wendy's Wonderful Kid program are 3 times more likely to be adopted. We're going to show right now a success story that was brought about because of this particular employee's company was on the list. So this is a success story from the Johnson family.